We know this business is loaded with competitors and copycats, and we are very proud and extremely excited to be one of, if not the premier sports betting information provider in North America. From a massive library of free picks and handicapping videos, daily shows, podcasts, and articles, our free live odds service, a team of the nation's finest sports handicappers supported with top-rated customer service, we pride ourselves on being the leaders in our industry, always looking to evolve and stay multiple steps ahead of our competitors. With that being said, we truly do want to let you know we appreciate your patronage. Moving forward, 7-day all-access packages will be reduced from $119 to just $99, and our 30-day all-access packages are also being slashed moving forward, going from $349 to under $10 a day at only $299. Our new pricing is already active and available just by going to your favorite handicappers homepage right now.
Hey guys, welcome in and a very happy Tuesday to you here. December the 21st, 5 games slated here in the association tonight. We're going to break a few of these down for you, see if we can't make it a profitable Tuesday evening. And we're going to do it with the original OG NBA tip-off crew back in action here. Ski Prophet, as well as Rob Vino, and of course, Tony the Hawk Finn is in the house with us here on this show. And guys, it's happy holidays, of course, to you and yours. And Ski, it's been a little crazy here in the association since the last time we spoke to you on this show. What's been going on, man? And what do you got going on at WagerTalk.com on this Tuesday?
Well, ever since the first week or so in the NBA, things have been kind of, cruising along. I do expect to pick it up even more in January, but as far as my last 123 plays, I think I'm about 56%. So I want to be a little higher, 60%, but 56% is still profitable. So yesterday, I have to say 2-2 day, which is not good. Looking to bounce back today.
All right, looking to get it done here today. And Rob Vino, welcome back from the wedding circuit. Congratulations, you made it back in one piece. How have you been doing, my man? And what's going on over at WagerTalk.com tonight?
Yeah, WagerTalk.com tonight, Joe, for a Tuesday night. It's filled with football. Obviously, the postponements of a couple of games gave us extra opportunities to play NFL tonight, as well as college football. One game already underway here. So we're in action, up and available right now, WagerTalk.com. Also in action for a bowl game tomorrow right now. So you can get that at WagerTalk.com. The weekend, obviously, I was gone since last Wednesday, and during that 5-day period, COVID spiked really bad in all sports. So it was a little difficult to follow from a makeshift office away, but certainly once I got back Sunday, boy, oh boy, some of these disruptions, it's a little bit crazy right now, but we'll see if we can handle it. NBA, actually, to tell you the truth, the last 3 plays have all won. Been a little more specific about what I do with the NBA's concern. We'll see if we can grab a couple more here tonight.
All right, good stuff there. And the $2 handicapper at WagerTalk.com is Tony the Hawk Finn here, and he does have a 5% play, I believe, for $2 right now in the association tonight. So one of these 5 games is certainly one he likes a lot. And if you head over to WagerTalk.com, $2, it is all yours. Mr. Finn, what else you got locked and loaded here on a Tuesday?
I don't have anything else. That's all I have now. I do have one of the football games, but it's already off the board. So I have a little play on the big game tonight, that Washington Philly game. So
yeah, that's going to be huge. That's for sure. If you like watching paint dry. All right, let's dive into it here, guys. We got our contrarian play of the day. It is a short card here, but it didn't take long to figure out, and we don't often get them in this spot, but seeing how it is, it's Tuesday and Ski's here. Can we welcome the Los Angeles Lakers to the contrarian play of the day? 6.5 is what we are looking at as they take on the Phoenix Suns here tonight, who, well, I feel like they just gave birth to, right? They just welcomed back a pretty integral part of that team. with Devin Booker a couple of nights ago, and then they promptly dropped what, a buck 40 burger on Charlotte. I mean, that was pretty impressive. 137 points in his return against Charlotte. So now they are going to take on the Lakers, and the Lakers are going to be getting, 6.5 points, Ski. We don't often see them in this spot, but can I interest you in a little contrarian Laker sandwich here tonight against Phoenix?
Hey, I have to wipe my eyes to make sure I'm saying correctly here with the Lakers plus 6.5 for the contrarian play. I'll do my best to try and make a case with you. The Lakers haven't been good against the spread this year. I think they're 12-19, but they are 6-4 against the spread as a dog. I look at getting a couple guys back for the Lakers. THT is going to be back in the lineup. Howard, that's a guy you would want to go up against DeAndre Ayton tonight. For the Suns, yes, that Booker is back, but he didn't play that many minutes last game. I think he's going to have to slowly ramp it up. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't play north of 30 minutes tonight. So I'll get behind the contrarian play. I'll ride with you because if I don't, I won't hear the end of it after the Lakers win or cover. And my main play for this game, I'll be honest, I'm going to look at the first half over. And the reason is, look at the Lakers starting lineup. I get why nobody wants the Lakers today. Isaiah Thomas starting, Ellington starting, LeBron, Westbrook, DeAndre Jordan. It's not a soul who can defend. So I just look at that, and I like points. So over 108.5 in the first half is what I like in this one, and I'll go with the Lakers with the contrarian.
Listen, man, he came out of nowhere, Isaiah, dropping averaging 16 points in the 2 games he's played. So welcome back to the association here. It should be noted, too, Rod, that LeBron is playing back to the kind of LeBron that we know. No Anthony Davis for at least another month or beyond. We're sure of that. But LeBron certainly feeling it right now. Can I interest you in a little Laker contrarian play here tonight?
Yeah, it's kind of priced where I thought it would be, Joe. So it's difficult. If it gets pushed up a little bit, maybe 7.5, I'd get there. But I think over the course of 48 minutes, it's difficult for the Lakers with the players that they have out there. I think the biggest disadvantage, and Ski mentioned it, is on the defensive side of the ball here. Phoenix, they held their own without Booker, and the bench really has a huge advantage here as well because they're back to full strength in the starting lineup. So it's hard to think that LA will stay with them for 48 minutes, but they are at home. Neither team has really had a big point spread run, so it's hard to make any technical trend cases for either side here. I think if we're just dealing with fundamentals, who's on the floor, first half total might be a good way to go. I could agree with Ski on that, but we're talking about contrarian here. I'm going to buck the contrarian gods. I don't think I can get behind it. I think Phoenix is probably the right side here, even though it's on the road. So I'll roll with the Suns here, and maybe the contrarian gods will kick me in the face and make Ski happy. He'll have a Laker win.
I hope Ski's taking note of that. All right, there, Tony Finn, talk to us here, my man. Listen. I get it, right? Best record in the NBA. Makes sense, Phoenix. On the road in this spot, though, you willing to go the other way and back the Lakers?
I can't do that for lots of reasons, not just one, but lots of reasons that we don't even have time to go over. But they're the show tonight. There's a lot of variables that are going to be interesting, and I think all of us will be watching this game. It's it's the finale at TNT, NBA on TNT, and the first game between these two, the first of 4. It was the second game of the season, I believe. 115-105 was the Suns won by 10 and covered. And Ski's correct. Right now the Lakers have I think they're tied or have the worst record against the number in the league, and which is not like the LeBron team either. But they're shorthanded. To mention this team, to call this team shorthanded is probably the understatement of the day. I disagree with the both of these guys as far as the number goes, because the one thing that's going to happen, and you've seen it happen already with Davis out, and that is that at home, LeBron is going to play the 5. He's going to be this 5. When Howard's not in, he's going to be the 5 and a stretch 5 offensively, and they're going to go small. They're going to force Phoenix to go small here, at least try to go small, so that they can defend. They're going to defend. The metrics for Phoenix, guys, almost identical to last year, almost spot identical. Now, obviously, the Lakers aren't the defensive team they were last year, but other than the first game they played here in October, I believe it was the second game of the season, like I said, the 6 games they played in the postseason last year in the first round, Lakers shot 43.4, 45%, 44, 39.5, 34.5, 41.8. That was their overall shooting percentage. And only one of the 6 games did they shoot above 31% from three-point line. And 2 of the games they shot under 25% from the three-point line. They have issues on both sides of the ball. Not having Davis doesn't obviously make it any better. The metrics, when LeBron's playing that 5, and there's only been, I think, 97 minutes, guys, 97 minutes of LeBron at the 5 with no Howard, no Jordan, and no Davis. And they've gone small, and they have not improved their scoring at all. Now, LeBron he's averaging about 32, 33 in those minutes per 100 possessions. But in this game, I think you're going to see the machine that Phoenix is. They just seem to put people in certain spots. Doesn't matter who it is. They run their offense. They run you off the 3. They make you shoot those mid-range jumpers. And that's a problem for Phoenix in scoring. I like the under first half. I like the under in this game. And if it gets to the third quarter, into the third quarter, starting the fourth, guys, Chris Paul is going to use 20 seconds of the shot clock for every single possession in the fourth period. Not take some easy stuff off the legs, get their win, and move on.
Kind of feel like it took 97 minutes for you to get to the friggin' point there that you didn't like the Lakers. God damn it!
You like it?
Jesus, let's go Lakers plus 6.5. Ski 97 minutes. My word, 6.5 here tonight. The contrarian gods are giving me a total on a contrarian side. I can't believe it. All right, featured game number 1 here, guys, tonight. Let's move on and check out an interesting rematch of sorts, if we could, guys. How about the Miami Heat taking on the Indiana Pacers? Now, this has opened up as a pick-em, but it has since moved towards the Indiana Pacers here. I saw it as high as 2.5. It looks like it's coming back a little bit here with a total of 211. So the total has been bet up. But the question that I have here is, we saw this, 2 weeks ago? Miami went to Indiana. Nobody was there to play. And all of a sudden, Miami just bombs away and Indiana can't stay in the building. Now they're coming to Miami. So, Ski, what do you think of this rematch of sorts here between Miami and Indiana tonight?
I think a few things. For one, like you mentioned, they had to shoot a really high percentage in order for them to win that game. Like, I think they shot a little under 50% from 3 and definitely over 50% field goal percent for the game. So I'm not sure that they'll do that again. Earlier I was thinking if Hero's out, they're really going to struggle to score, but it looks like he's going to play. At the end of the day, Pacers are about as healthy as they've been. And I just think that they have a better lineup out there. As long as Brogdon, Sabonis, and Turner are on the floor together, I think they have a really good chance to win. It's just they haven't been very good in the clutch. So if they can get out to a lead and, hold it, I like the Pacers here. And that's where I think how I think this game goes. As far as the total, Miami, they're holding opponents to, I think, a little bit over, like 100.3 points per game the last 2 weeks. Pacers are 10-4 to the under on the road. I think we see a slower, low-scoring game in this one as well. So Pacers and under will be the way I would play it.
Feels like the market has kind of overvalued Indiana here, Rob, over the last month. I'm only seeing 3-4-1 against the number. And that's mostly because they've people expecting this team, the market expected them to be better than what we've seen. They are healthy, Indiana, but I feel like we just watched this movie a couple of weeks ago. What do you think?
Yeah, it's a little bit different, Joe. First off, Indiana's got a lot of rest here, right? They haven't played since the 16th. That's 4 days off. That's 4 days for Melvin Brogdon's Achilles to get better. He didn't play the last game. He'll play here tonight. puts them pretty much at full strength as far as the starting lineup is concerned. And the late addition to the injury report for Miami this morning was P.J. Tucker. When you look at this game, and I'll take a different stance on the total than Ski did, and it just Miami is loaded with smalls. I mean, when you look at what they'll have to put out there for a lineup tonight, Tyler Hero is going to play, but it looks to me like he'll have to be pushed to starting small forward. And with no Tucker and no Morris, there is no power forward, so you probably see KZ Apala play in the power forward position, and you're running out there with Lowry, Robinson, Hero, Apala, and Dwayne Dedman. It's a small lineup. When you go to the bench, it's Max Strus and Gabe Vincent, more guards. So I think that this may develop into a pretty up and down type of game, easy to the rim type of game for Indiana. Indiana likes it a little softer. That's just who they are. So maybe the total being pushed up could be correct here. I do agree with Ski that, Miami shoots 47% from three the first time around, made 16 of them. I don't know. Maybe they can, with all these guards, maybe they do that again, Joe, but they'll probably have to score real high to outscore Indiana here. Indiana's only 3-11 straight up on the road, but they are 6-8 against the spread, so they've taken advantage of points. And I think the most important thing here, just from a making the playoff standpoint for the Pacers, right now they're not in the playoff scenario, but they're only 2 games out. And in this particular time where so many teams are banged up, if you're healthy, you got to take advantage. So I feel like Indiana needs this one a little bit more than Miami does. I don't see any muscle on the Miami side whatsoever, so I'll probably lean with Indiana here.
All right, looking for Indiana and Tony Finn in under 97 minutes here. Can you see Miami bombing away and once again taking down Indiana from the perimeter?
Well, I listen. Don't sleep on Miami. That's for certain. They've been fighting these injuries and COVID and for now for a week, 2 weeks, and save the bomb that they laid in Detroit, right? 4-1 against the number, and pretty darn good for being injury riddled to the max. Here's my take on this. Indiana is probably going to win this game. I think this is the game that finally sets up them. You guys mentioned it. They're rested. PJ Tucker, that loss is just puts salt in the wound that they already have, and I don't see. Listen, Indiana's better defensively than people give them credit for, and Brogdon's healthy. So in this game, I think it's a buy low, and I think you're getting a value on Indiana at a pick 'em or 1 point or -1, whatever the case may be. Just play the money line, and that's where I would be. Miami's got to start failing a little bit. They can't win with this lineup, can they? Again?
Yeah. Well, that's it's interesting here, guys. Get ready for it in Miami, though, tonight on the road. Yeah. Indiana taking on the Heat. 7:30 tonight. That game will tip off. Time to take a look at our overtime game, where we'll go ahead and focus on a total in this matchup, and one that we just saw, in fact, I believe the other night on Sunday. The Minnesota Timberwolves will be taking on the Dallas Mavericks here. Now, both teams have obviously issues between COVID and actual injuries themselves, and yet this total opening up right around that 211, 212 mark, and it continues to get bet up. So we're looking at about 215 right now. So, Ski, talk to me here. We got Patrick Beverley was just gone, but we just watched this, and we got to 216, but Beverly's not going to be there. So do you trust the over in this matchup here tonight?
Yeah, you're missing a couple good defenders for the Timberwolves side, and you're also missing some scoring. But they're going to play up tempo. I think they're top 5 in pace over the last 5 games. And I don't see a lot of defense from that Minnesota side. Dallas, they're missing Luka. They're missing a couple guys over there. But if I got to play this one, I agree with the way that it's going. I don't see a lot of resistance from either side. So up and over is the only way to look for me.
All right. Yeah. Are you thinking not a lot of resistance here, Rob? Over is the way to look in this matchup?
Well, I think, if you're going to play over with Dallas, there's probably, and this might sound a little contradictory, but there may not be a better time to do it than when they're without Luka, because Luka controls the pace. I mean, he's their best point scorer, obviously, but he's so slow up the floor. And maybe Minnesota, with their pace, can, like they did last game when it hit 216, coax Dallas into running with them. I mean, Jalen Brunson is not exactly a guy who wants to run it up and down the floor either, but they did get to the 216 mark. I worry a little bit about Minnesota's injury list where scoring is concerned. Anthony Edwards is a big deal. But I think to contradict that, you already pointed out, without Pat Beverly, they're just not the same defensive team when he's not on the floor. So I think when you weigh the arguments against each other, guys, that it comes out a little heavier in favor of this game being higher scoring. When you get a Minnesota game at this price where the total is concerned, it's not often. Generally with Minnesota, we're dealing with 223, 224 or higher. We're not dealing with 211s. So D'Angelo Russell can always break you for 40. Towns as well. And Dallas has some shooters on their side as well. But losing Maxi Kleber, I mean, there's a lot of injuries on that side of the floor. I'd probably lean slightly under just because I think that the price would lead me there. It's probably about 12 or 13 points lower than what we would usually see a Minnesota total set at.
All right, good stuff. So maybe the value is on the over in this spot here, Tony Finn. What do you think? It does look like Porzingis was listed as questionable, but some reports saying that he may in fact go here. So is it an over or not situation for you?
Well, let's put it this way. Rob's correct in many aspects here with Luka being off the floor as well, with Porzingis off the floor, even Kleber. I mean, if he's off the floor as well, this team's they'll play much faster. They'll play much faster. Luka does control the tempo. And in fact, the metrics will tell you that as well. If you pull Luka and pull Porzingis and pull Maxey out of this lineup or off the floor completely tonight, instead of being basically a +2 or a net rating of 0 or nothing or zilch, they move up to about a +10, +12. And not only that, they get a little better defensively, too. Now, this is a small sample size, obviously. There's only about 300 possessions with these guys without Luka and Porzingis and Maxey. So let's see, but I would agree. I would agree to your overtime. Play to the over. They're going to play faster, make some buckets. We'll get there.
All right, maybe some value there, guys, still left on that bone there. The Minnesota Timberwolves and the Dallas Mavericks. We're looking at over in that overtime matchup there tonight. 8:30 will be the tip-off there, Eastern time. And now it is time, Robert, to hear from the dogs. Let's do it.
That's my dog. That's my dog. That's my dog. That's my dog. And anybody got to say anything, you let me know. That's my dog.
All right, we got ourselves a couple of dogs here tonight. Some juicy ones, too, with the Pistons. Fresh off wait, that can't be right. Did they win a game? They won a game. Holy crap. +7 here tonight. 250 on the money line. The Miami Heat are a dog. The Portland Trailblazers find themselves, I believe, no longer as a dog. I think that has flipped now. If I'm not mistaken, I think the Pelicans are the favorite. And yes, the Pelicans are now the favorite. So we got Portland there, 2.5. T-Wolves, 1.5 to 2. And, of course, the Lakers, which were our contrarian side here in this show. So, Ski, start us off here. Is there any one of these dogs here that you're looking at backing?
Yeah, I just want to clarify. These are teams you're picking to win outright or just cover?
Either way, baby. We'll sprinkle on each.
Okay. Well, in that case,
Yeah.
You know where I'm going, Joe.
I know exactly where you're going.
I'm taking the Lakers, man. Plus the 6.5 and a little sprinkle.
That's it. We're going sprinkle, man. All right, time to. What do you think here, Rob? You got some interesting choices. Unfortunately, the Pelicans are a favorite, and they're not a dog in this one. So, are you going biggest on the board tonight? Where are you looking?
It might be just because you can fade the favorite in that game a little easier than some of these other ones, Joe. I mean, the Knicks laying 7.5 can't be that appealing to anybody. The Pistons without Jeremy Grant, you're always worried, but they have played fairly well. As far as giving you 48 minutes of effort is concerned. The way I want to kind of look towards Portland's way, but I'm not so sure how healthy Damian Lillard is here. So I'm going to take the Pistons. I'll take the 7.5, say that even if the Knicks win, they don't cover the big number. It's come down a little bit. We're getting the short end of the price here. I think it opened 9.5, but we'll try Detroit plus 7.5 here in a close game.
I don't know how the Knicks are that much of a favorite here, but all right, Tony, Finn, which one of these dogs you going to make your own tonight here, man?
Yeah, listen, another team that if you just call them shorthanded, it's an understatement. That's the Knicks. The recent additions of Quigley and Rose joining Barrett, under the health and safety protocols is, again, made them really their handicap. The young Pistons team, recent losing streak, took a day off, I guess. They beat Miami. However, coming into that, their form's still not good. I mean, coming into it, they lost 14 straight. Let's be honest. Now, of the 14 guys, of those 14, 7 of those losses were by 10 points or less. And in most cases right now, if they're facing any team that's considered postseason capable, they're going to be getting between 7, 8, 10 points. In this game, I would like to have a little more than that, but I agree with the moves. Moved a little bit towards Detroit in this game. Pistons 0-5 against the spread in the last 5 between the New York and themselves. In fact, they're 9-24 in New York against the spread in Madison Square Gardens. However, Knicks 1-5 against the spread last 6 overall, 0-5 against the spread last 5 at home. The Pistons do not lose any significant metrics without Grant on the floor. Surprisingly, they have 3-4 guys they move in and out with Grant. 12.2 points per 100 possessions. Without Grant, they lose only 11.5. Detroit plus the points. I'm with Robbie.
7.5 as that thing is inching up there. We get that same defensive effort we got against Miami. I'd say that should be an easy winner there, guys. All right, those are your dogs, and now it is time to figure out on this 5-game slate here which one of these bets these guys like the most. So we'll throw 60 seconds up on the clock. Do with it as you may, Ski. Just drop us a best bet somewhere in there, man. What do you got tonight?
Just real quick, today's card was kind of tough. I am also looking towards maybe Detroit early. I think if you like them, go ahead and fade the Knicks on the first quarter, back Detroit the first quarter. And I think, that Portland game, I agree with everything Rob said. If they get some guys, everybody in the lineup, I probably like them first half or maybe even to win that game. For best bet, with what we know right now, I'm going to just stick to what I said earlier. Looking at the Lakers starting lineup, there is not a soul who can defend anybody. It looks like child's play whenever Isaiah Thomas is playing defense. LeBron, he doesn't even really try. If you even get him to try, it's a great thing for the Lakers. And DJ, I don't know why he's still getting minutes. Ellington, he's never been a great defender. And Westbrook, he just kind of runs around what he accused Patrick Beverley of doing. So it's a fade of them on defense over first half, 108.5.
I love it. What, you don't think Trevor Reed's going to be swatting shots in that game here tonight? Him and Dwight. My goodness, that's going to be terrible. All right, Rob Vino, you got 6. It's going to be a ton of points. 60 seconds on the clock here, Rob Vino. Where are you going tonight?
Yeah, I'm going to go back to one of the games we talked about as well. I think Indiana-Miami gets over the number, Joe. I agree with the slight movement up here. In my estimation, there's just a bunch of smalls on the floor for Miami tonight. And if we go back to that game, again, they did shoot 47% from three. They did make 16, but four of the guys who made the threes in that game are in the lineup here tonight. Duncan Robinson, Tyler Hero, Kyle Lowry, Gabe Vincent. These are the guys that went 15 of 29 in that particular game. So obviously there's a vulnerability in the Indiana defense to these guys shooting threes. Those guys are good three-point shooters. We didn't even get Max Strus involved in that game. Maybe he gets involved here tonight. I think Indiana gets their share because they are the bigger team. It should be easier for them to get to the rim. So 211 doesn't seem like much to get over in this one. I think it will. Give me that as a best bet. Miami, Indiana over 211, or whatever the number is right now.
Yeah, it's creeped up here, but going over. Miami going to get theirs from three for sure. What do you think here, Tony Finn? Tony Finn, guys, the $2 handicapper today at WagerTalk.com. His 5% best bet is available right now tonight for just $2 over at WagerTalk.com. So talk to us. Give us one of these plays you like here tonight.
Well, I'm going to be on the side of the Suns here tonight. I just, as I mentioned in my 97-minute analysis of this game earlier today, I believe wholeheartedly that, first off, that the Suns don't listen. The Suns' Achilles is their transition defense, and the only way possible is that they're going to match up. If LA is going to go small, they're going to go small, and they're going to play slow. And while I don't agree with the over that Rob and Ski like in this game to some degree, I do like the Suns to cover this number. I think they get up by 10. And in truth, what Ski has said, look at this lineup. This lineup's not really capable of keeping pace with the Phoenix if they wanted to score or wanted to take it to the rim. If it's James, he can't get. Listen, without James tonight, they lose. He can't get those fouls. He has to go to gate 8, and if they go small, give me the Suns minus the points, and I'll cash.
God, couldn't even get it done in 97 seconds. Good Christ. All right, guys, there you go here tonight. Let's once again recap it here, including Ski liking we're a Lakers, guys. Sprinkle it. Money line, take the 6.5, but more importantly, hop on that first half over there, 108.5 against the Suns. Rob liking the Pistons, who are the Knicks to be favored by 7.5. Likes the Pistons, also likes the Heat and the Pacers to go over that total of 211. Tony Finn, he too back in the Pistons. His best bet, though, in less than 97 minutes, is the Suns. See how I did that, Tony? That's good stuff. And our contrarian play of the day will be the Lakers getting 6.5 tonight against the behemoth, the Phoenix Suns in that matchup. Don't forget, Tony Finn is the $2 handicapper here today at Wager Talk. Get his best bet tonight in the NBA. Just $2 now over at his page at WagerTalk.com. Ski Profit and Rob Vino also locked and loaded here, guys. Go visit them as well at WagerTalk.com. Hit that bell in the upper right-hand corner, and also make plans to come back and join us again tomorrow as we tackle another card in the association. But in the meantime, on behalf of Ski, Rob, Vino, and Tony Finn, guys, we appreciate you hanging with us. Best of luck with your plays tonight. Come back and join us again tomorrow. We'll do it again on the NBA Tip-Off Show. Good luck, guys. We'll see you.
Each and every Monday is $9 Monday at WagerTalk.com, and all daily picks packages are priced at only $9, including 5% best bets, normally priced at $35. As an added bonus, any picks packages loaded early for Overnight Tuesday or action during the week will also be priced at $9 until midnight on Monday. So make sure to take advantage of getting these $25 and $35 picks for only $9 before the clock strikes 12 and they return to regular price.